Good morning. Happy May the 4th. Nice to see everyone. Guess it's time we do some yoga together. So, today is a beautiful day outside, so no excuses because it's raining or anything like that. We're gonna have a nice yoga flow today. I wanna encourage a little bit more balance work, maybe a little bit of inversion. So have blocks nearby just because they make things easier, they make life easier as a whole. And get an idea of what it is that you want to intend for this class today. What is your intention? And might I suggest something along these lines? Being the best you can be today. So doing everything the best that you can today. Any situations that come up, any events that arise, giving yourself the opportunity to really be present and to do the best work you can. So for me, it would be, how can I be the best Nicole today? And for you, it might be, how can I be the best Jill today, or whoever happens to be here today. I know Jill's here. So figuring out how you're going to go through your day to create the best intentions and the best experience that you can have. For those of you who are back to work now, congratulations on being back to work. Know that I am thinking of you and missing you, and we'll have this video up on YouTube for when you get off. All right, let's start by laying down on our bellies. Go ahead and let your head rest on your arms rest on your mat, your belly rest on the mat, and let your eyes close. It's Monday morning, so we are probably coming into this week a little tired. So just let your body float to the floor. Let your thighs get nice and heavy. Readjust the legs and the hips. Readjust the back of your neck and your jaw. Soften your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. And then with each exhalation, just let your body float towards the mat a little deeper. And with each inhalation, feel the body expand out from the center. Exhale, heavy body into the floor. Inhale, great expression and expansion through the body. Go ahead and do this about 3 or 4 more breaths, just letting your body float to the floor, letting your body expand in all directions, top of the head reaching, toes reaching, shoulder blades drawing apart. Exhaling, letting the body just relax to the floor. Let's do that one last time. Excellent. Go ahead and take your legs, wide apart, bend both your knees, and start to windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Both legs go in one direction, then they go across to the other, starting to create a little bit more movement in your hips, in your lower back, in your knees, in your ankles, in your legs. Allow that movement to be slow and steady, or quick and fast as it wants to be. A good time to do a little self-study here. Are you feeling fast and furious? Are you feeling slow and molassesy? What's going on in your body? Let's take it through 1 or 2 more times from side to side. Just kind of letting our bodies do what our bodies do best. Move and roll around. And then from here, let's come right back into center and extend our legs, letting the legs get nice and wide. Press your hands into the floor and roll back into child's pose. Knees are wide, big toe mounds, and the feet come together. And we're just going to rest the whole body between the thighs. Letting the chest start to come towards the floor if it wants to, letting the belly rest between the thighs, letting the body rest towards the ground. Maybe you'd like to cross your arms and let your forehead rest on your arms. Maybe you'd like to let your head rest directly onto the floor. Maybe there's a slow, deep breath to be taken in through the nose and out. And take 1 or 2 more breaths here. And we're going to walk our arms and torso over to the left, stretching as far to the left as we can and reaching that right arm, opening up all that space from the right shoulder down to the right hip. And then all the way over to the right, reaching through that left arm. Then all the way back into center, finding that nice deep stretch through the chest, through the torso. And carrying the body forward, coming into hands and knees. Hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Let's go ahead and do just a little bit of wrist work for a moment. Nothing crazy, but we're going to lift the left hand off the ground, and we're going to take the top of the hand, the knuckle sides of the hand, and just let them rest on the floor. And it's going to create a little bend in your left elbow, and that's okay. You're just going to lean back a little bit. So for those of you who work at a desk a lot and end up typing a lot, this is a really nice stretch. You should really stretch your wrist a lot. It's also good for those of us who do a lot of down dogs and planks. Left hand comes down, so do the same thing to the right. Same thing, knuckle side of the right hand, rest on the floor, and you're just going to lean back just a little bit. Notice I'm not putting my hips on my heels. I want to keep most of my back of my palm on the floor. And 1 more breath. Awesome. And just let that hand rest back down. And then we're going to go ahead and rotate the left hand through the pinky finger. So the pinky finger is going to reach back, the whole finger, all the fingers are going to reach back or face towards your left knee. And then we're going to just set back a little bit. Doesn't have to be much. You can tuck your toes here. It gives you a little bit more control, helping to stretch out the back of your wrist, getting that nice big space here. You're going to go wherever you can go, but I want you to keep that wrist down. Keep the content secure here. And then come right back up, and let's do it on the other side. So the right hand, so we're rotating from the pinky finger, right hand rolls back, and maybe this time, this one's a little tighter, maybe you, like me, carry your watch on this hand, so you might not be able to go as far. But you're stretching out all the way back from the base of the wrist, all the way into that forearm area. 1 more breath. And then place that right hand back down into the ground. And then we're going to go ahead and just lift the left heel of the hand up. So you're going to stretch into the fingertips and then lower it right back down. And you're going to do the same thing to the right. Lift the right heel of the hand up and just stretch into the fingertips and lower right back down. We'll do that a couple times. So let's do that 10 on each hand. So up on the left, down on the left. Up on the right, down on the right. You can do 10 on each hand, whatever way you want. So this is 2. You might notice one hand's really tight. 3. My right hand's always really tight. I think that's because I'm right-handed. 4. 5. I know, it's a lot, but let's just keep going. Let's see what happens. 6. 7. You can start to hear some snap, crackles, and pops maybe. 8. Really trying to stretch out the bottoms of the palms. 9. Maybe getting into the shoulders. Last one, 10. Awesome. Maybe both hands can come up now, and then both wrists come down. Both palms of the hands up. Both come down. Up, down, up, down. You might see your forearms are starting to get a little bit of heat in here. 6. 4 more. 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, nice. Go ahead and walk your hands a little bit forward from your shoulders. And just move your hips back and get a nice big stretch from the top of the shoulders into the forearms. Really reach back. Awesome. And then come back into hands and knees. We're going to move through cat-cow, just a couple here. So inhaling, the belly draws down, chest lifts, hips lift. And then exhaling, rounding your spine. So you're moving between these nice, slow, progressive movements in the spine. You might feel that warmth in your forearms still, or maybe even in your shoulders. Your hands might feel a little bit more awake, and that's really a good thing. You want the hands to be awake. One more. Feeling all those sensory awareness techniques in the palms. Bring your spine to a neutral position. Walk your hands forward one more time like that. Go ahead and move your hips back. Big stretch first. Almost like a child's pose, just a little different. And then from here, we're going to roll forward into a down dog. Same way we always get out. So tucking the toes, lifting up, lifting our heels, shaking out our head, looking back at our feet and taking them about 3 to 5 inches apart. So hip distance apart or a little wider. We don't want the feet touching just yet because that's going to ask for a lot out of our hips. So then from here, let's walk out the dog. Bend one knee, lower the opposite heel towards the mat, and then switch. Just giving yourself this opportunity to rock the hips from side to side, to maybe move the chest from side to side. So it's not just a stationary pedaling of the feet, but you're trying to get a little bit deeper into the body, really trying to scooch the torso from side to side, just trying to open up those tight spots from a weekend of whatever we were doing, a weekend of indulgence, or a weekend of just sitting around our house, or a weekend of yard work. That's what a lot of us were doing. One more time. Nice. And then let's go ahead and stop swaying the body and just move the legs. Just pedal. Just pedal. I know, wild to be on those hands, right? One more time. Shake out your head, soften your neck and your jaw. Awesome. Okay, we're going to start to pedal those feet forward, coming into our hands. So walking forward towards the front of the mat. Getting as close to the front of the mat as we can. And then for those of you who like to use blocks at the beginning of your practice, I totally get it. Take them on each side of your feet. Feet are hip distance apart. And press through those feet to come up slow. Very slow. You've been down for a while. Head comes up slow. Arms come up after. Take a big deep breath in, press through your feet, reach through your fingertips, find that strength, find that open space wherever it might be. Maybe it can creep into the front and the sides. And then exhale, let the arms come down behind your back, interlace your fingers, just move those arms back, move your ribs in. And then from here, let's turn and look over that left shoulder, keeping the rest of the body really still, just turning the head. And then nice and slow, come across center. And look over that right shoulder, staying really still, move your ribs in. Awesome, come back into center again, release your hands, reach your arms all the way up. Big stretch to the sky. And then exhale, bend your knees on your way down so that you can give yourself a little bit more stretch in your back before we start to tackle those hamstrings. Those hamstrings are always tight, and we want to get right into that lower back right off the bat. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Even try grabbing your elbows here. And we'll start to just sway. A gentle, strong, slow sway. Knees can stay bent. Just letting that lower back open. Right. One more breath like this. Doesn't have to be crazy. We don't have to ask for a miracle here. We just have to be able to slowly sway. And then from here, go ahead and let those arms go. Maybe those hands come to the blocks. Maybe those hands stay on the floor. And then maybe we come onto the fingertips and we inhale. And we start to lengthen our spine forward, shifting our hips over top of our ankles, reaching through the top of the head, finding all that space we can create in the sides of the neck. And then as we exhale, we can contract the belly and just draw the body back down into this tiny little forward fold. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So if you're on the floor, it's the same thing. Fingertips come to the floor. We just roll the shoulder blades back. We actually activate the traps by pushing into the floor with our fingertips and drawing the shoulders down. So activating the shoulders as well. Exhale, draw it right back down. And then one last time here, just stretching it out. Maybe now we have a little bit more length in the back of the legs and the back of the spine. Maybe not. That's okay if we don't. And then nice and slow, bend both your knees, place your hands onto your blocks, and as you inhale, you're going to step back with your right leg, finding that nice, deep lunge. Left knee's over top of the ankle, right heel's pushing back. We're going to lift through the back of the right thigh, keeping that left knee over the ankle, and just kind of hold this. Hold it for, let's say, 5 breaths, 5 of your breaths. So that deep inhale, and that deep exhale. That inhale reaches the top of the head forward and the right heel back. That exhale draws the body deeper into alignment. And about 3 more to go. Deep breath in. Make sure the neck is not getting crowded by your shoulders. Deep breath out. Deep breath in, lengthening the front of the chest forward. And deep breath out. 2 more. Inhale, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Really reach through that back heel. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale. Let that body get a little bit lower to the ground and then lower that right knee to the floor. Untuck your toes. Left knee stays over your ankle. 1 hand comes to the left thigh and then the other. Arms come up. We find that big stretch that we can offer ourselves here. Maybe the arms don't want to come up just yet. We're just coaxing a little bit more movement out of the body, a little bit more opening out of the hips. 1 more breath. Exhale, float those hands right back down to the blocks of the earth. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and push through this left foot to carry your right leg in. Inhale, press through your feet, rise all the way up. Take a slight back bend. And exhale, take it all the way back down. Inhale, hands to shins or fingertips to the floor. Nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Let's try the whole thing on the left. So this is a long hold for the left side. Left leg comes back, right knee over top of the ankle, core stays engaged. We're not collapsed into the body here, but instead we're lengthening through 2 points of the spine. So big deep breath in, top of the head reaches forward, left heel reaches back. Exhale, sinking into our flexibility a little bit more. Inhale, reaching through that body, finding space, finding length. Exhale, letting those hips with control open a little bit more. 3 more breaths. Inhale, big, deep, lengthening space. Making sure that right knee stays over your ankle as you exhale, draw the hips down a little bit more. 2 more breaths, don't let those shoulders come in. Inhale, big, deep stretch through the neck. Through the back of the neck, the front of the throat. Exhaling, letting the body sink a little deeper. Last one, big stretch, big length, big opening, really finding space. And then as you exhale here, let's lower all the way down, left knee to the floor. Untuck your toes and place your hands onto your right thigh. Let your hips face forward and bring both your arms up, finding a big stretch here. Letting the chest be nice and level. Looking for engagement in your core, looking for space. Taking 1 more breath just like that. And then exhaling, lowering your hands down to your blocks or floor. Tuck your back toes. Big deep breath in. Exhale, carry that left foot forward. Inhale, press through your feet, rise all the way up. Big stretch. And then we're going to exhale and take a forward fold again. And excuse me, I have to exhale to something. Don't send me messages while I'm online, guys. All right, so that nice, strong forward fold. Shaking out your head, softening your neck and your jaw. And then on your next inhalation, that right leg comes back again. Big, deep stretch, that's your lunge. Exhale, left leg comes back. Big, deep stretch, that's your plank. Go ahead and lower your knees to the floor. Hug your elbows into your ribs as you lower your chest. Inhale, lift your heart, big stretch. Exhale, tuck your toes, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, bring it all the way up, slight back bend. Doing it all the way down again, exhale. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, right leg back. Lower your knees. Hug your elbows in. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, come all the way up, slight back bend. Beautiful, let's add on. Exhale, take it all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back. Left knee's going to stay over the ankle. Right hand can stay on the block, or if you need to, you can place it on the floor. We're going to inhale and lift that left arm up. Push back through your right heel. Keep that left knee moving forward. Reach your left arm up nice and high. Big stretch, shoulder blades down on your back, almost there. Exhale, left hand comes down to the floor, blocks. Inhale, step back into your plank. Beautiful. So again, you can do planks with your knees on the floor, or you can hold your plank as it is. Pull up and in through your lower belly, push back through your heels. 5 deep breaths. Deep breath in, lengthen through the top of your head and the back of your heels. Exhale, settle into your strength, pull your belly button to your spine. Inhale, lengthen from your lower back up and out, and exhale, strengthen that whole engagement of your core. 3 more breaths. Inhale, lengthen from your lower back down through your heels. Exhale, pull that core in, find your strength. Last 2. Inhale, deep breath and lengthen. Exhale, reach. Last 1. Inhale, big deep breath and lengthen. Exhale, lower. Knees, chin, chest, or halfway. Inhale, lift your heart, big stretch. Exhale, down dog. Big stretch to your down dog. Hold here. Just breathe. Pull up and in through your lower belly. Keep reaching your ribs in. Shake out your head. Soften your neck and your jaw. Take a child's pose if you'd like to, especially if your wrists are sore or your hands are getting tired. Awesome. Last breath here. Great job, guys. Take that right foot forward in between your hands. Hold here. Let that right knee come forward. Push back through your left heel. Let's place that left hand either on a block or on the floor. And let's roll that right arm straight up to the sky. Keep moving your left heel back. Keep moving that right knee forward. Keep rotating from your navel, from your ribs, from your chest, from your neck. Everything's rotated up. Be here for 2 breaths. Last one. Lower that right hand down again. Go ahead and step back into your plank again. Big, strong plank. You can do this with your knees on the floor. Hold here. Engage your core. This could be you. Just keep your core engaged. 3 more breaths. Just breathe. Big, deep inhales. Big, deep exhales. 2 more. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Engage, engage, engage. 1 more. And then on the bottom of this exhale, lower halfway or knees, chin, chest. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, down dog. Activating that core, finding fire in the belly. Big stretch as you move your heels back. Shake out your head, soften everything in your neck. Awesome. Let's go ahead and find this left leg. We're going to lift this left leg straight up to the sky, maybe lifting our right heel with it. And then we're going to turn and look under our right shoulder so that we can see if our left foot's making its way that direction. So you want to start to roll that left foot towards your right shoulder. Good. So you're going to stay here for a moment, maybe lifting your toes or lifting your heels a little higher. We're going to be here for 3 breaths. 2. 1. Remember, you have that strength. You can hold yourself here. Go ahead and step that left foot forward in between your hands. You also have the strength to hold this lunge, but if you want to, you can drop that right knee to the floor. Arms come all the way up. Engage your core. Find your breath. Strong, deep inhalations and exhalations. Push back through your right heel. Awesome. Last breath. We're going to spin that right heel down. Left heel lines up with the inside of the right arch. Warrior 2. Great job, guys. Keep your spine long. Keep your hips low. Stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale, so think of lengthening through the top of the head, drawing down through your tail. Exhale, sitting a little deeper into the position the body can give you. Inhale, finding that length, reaching out. Exhale, settling. Inhale, finding that length through your arms. Exhale, settling. 2 more. Inhale, tall. Exhale, deepen. 1 more. Inhale, wide. Exhale into that flexibility. Lower that left hand to the floor, right hand to the floor. Lift your back heel. Nice. Come back into your high lunge by reaching your arms to the sky. Forward over that left thigh, reach, push back through your right heel. Inhale, reach back to the ceiling. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. 2 more. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Last one. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, step back. Find your plank. Lower the way you'd like to. Inhale, lift your chest. Big stretch. Exhale, down dog. Or child's pose. Or just a prone position. Let your body really settle. Give yourself breaks. Breaks are good. Almost done. One more breath. Awesome. Join us in down dog. Let's lift this right leg to the sky. Start to bend that right knee. Bring it towards your left shoulder. You can look under your shoulder so you can see your foot there. Move your right knee back. Keep your left heel lifted. See what's going on in the body. Can you open more? Can you create more space? Where is the core? Where is the neck? How's the head hanging here? Last breath. Awesome. Go ahead and carry that right leg forward in between your hands. Big, strong pose here. Take it to a high lunge. Great. Feel that nice stretch to the back of the left heel, that right knee over your ankle. Holding here and breathing, looking for that space, that length. We're going to get out of it soon. Just keep breathing, reaching through that right knee and back through that left heel. Last one. Awesome. Lower your left heel to the floor. Right heel lines up with your left instep. You're coming straight into a warrior 2. Big deep breath here. So we know we have 5 breaths. Inhale, lengthen all the way through the center of the spine, up and down. Exhale, settle into the pose. Inhale, lengthen from the chest out. Exhale, settle into the pose. Inhale, lengthen so the right knee moves forward and the left pinky toe pushes down. Exhale, settle into the pose. 2 more. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale, deep hold. 1 more. Inhale, big amount of length. Exhale, cartwheel it out. Right hand, left hand. Lift your back heel. Coming into that lunge again, arms come up. Right knee over your ankle. Here we go. You're going to forward, exhale. Inhale, lift. Forward, exhale. You can do this with your knee on the floor. Inhale, lift. 3, 2 more after this. 2, 1. Take it all the way down. Inhale, step back, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. See how strong you are in this. Feel your strength. However it is that you feel strong, right? Maybe your arms feel strong, maybe your waist feels strong, maybe your legs feel strong. You take 1 or 2 more breaths on this beautiful day. Awesome. Very good job. Okay. So, as I've said, or as I wrote in our description, the universe will catch you if you fall or when you fall. So I want you to consider that when we come into this flipping of the dog position, or wild thing in this case. So we're going to go back into that lifting of the leg. The right leg's going to come up. And you can do this with me, or you can watch it and try it again later. You're going to bend that right knee, and you're going to start to work that right foot towards the left shoulder, wherever it goes. You're going to systematically start to drop that right foot behind you to the earth and lift your right arm up. Reaching up as high as you can. Maybe you'd like to drop that right hand back as well. And then you're going to take that right hand back down to the earth and lift your right leg back to the sky and lower your right foot to the floor. Don't worry if you didn't do it that time, you're going to get to do this again. So we're going to go ahead and try it on the other side. Left leg comes up, right heel lifts. We're going to come into that original posture. The foot's going to come towards the shoulder. We're going to keep working our way back. We're going to start to rotate onto that right side of the foot and just lift and open and breathe. And then we're going to take that left hand right back down to the floor and come all the way back up and come into a down dog. Beautifully done. If you want to, you can take a child's pose here, or you can hang out here for a couple breaths more. We're doing it one more time on each side, so that will give you an idea of whether or not you need to take that stretch for your wrist. All right, let's flip over again one more time. This is a great thing to pull out during bar mitzvahs and weddings. It's kind of like break dancing for yogis. Right leg comes up, bend that knee, start to shift your weight into that right foot, catch and lift. The universe has caught you even when you fall. Take that right hand down, lift that right leg back up, and place it back down onto the ground. Same thing onto the left this time. Left leg comes up. Bend your knees, start to teeter, totter, fall, and catch. And open. Beautiful. And take that left hand back down, down dog. Beautiful. Lower your knees to the floor. I know it's a long time to be on your hands. Go ahead and rotate your wrists. Maybe interlace your fingers and sit back and just push the palms forward. Maybe even up. Awesome. Give yourself an opportunity. And during this time, if you want to try it again, you're welcome to do it. We're here for a couple more breaths. Right? Sometimes that's a fun thing to work on. Rotate, wiggle, open and close your hands. Enjoy yourself for a moment. Usually I don't have you come down unless I absolutely think it's necessary. So this is why we're there. So I'd like you to either stay watching the screen for a couple breaths or jump in and do this with me if you already know what you're doing. We're going to do little hops into the sky, little handstand hops. So the palms are going to stay open. For those of you who are like, I just like doing handstands, then just do handstands. I'm not a yoga Nazi, do your thing. This is just what we're doing on the video today. So you're going to take one foot forward and one foot back depending on your balance here. I'm going to start on my left leg. This is my less strong leg. My right leg's going to come up and I'm just going to kick and kick. Pressing through my hands, watching the floor, knowing it's down there, it's right below me, it's going to catch me. And then we're going to do it on our dominant side and our less dominant side. And we're going to try to go for 5 on each. Okay? For those of you who are like, I don't want to do that at all and I don't like you anymore, you can also just hold this and just do one of these. Yeah, that's fun, right? And again, handstand people, you know your gig, do your gig. All right, so finding a place for that left foot's forward, right foot's back, and we're finding some strength in that leg. And we're gonna kick, hop, 2, 3, push into your hands, 4, 5. Nice, lower your knees down. Maybe rotate your wrist. Maybe not. The floor's not that far away, right? There's a fear principle that comes into play when we do upside downs. It's not that far. So we're going to try it on my non-dominant side for this specific posture. So the right leg's going to come forward, left leg's back. You might notice this is your better side. This is just not mine. So from here, you're going to kick up just like we did before. Take a couple practices and let's do 5 of them when you're ready. All right, here we go. Count. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it's awful side. 4, 5. Yeah, it's a flailing side. This is not my strong side. Bring it right back down. Take a break. Feel your heartbeat that just went up to like 500. Interlace your fingers behind you. The universe will catch you if and when you fall. Beautiful. Hands back down to the floor. Step back into a plank. Lower halfway. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, down dog. Right on. Let's take that left foot forward. Okay, so right foot's gonna come forward about 1 to 2 footsteps, depending on the length of your legs. Your right toes are facing towards your right shoulder. The right heel's gonna come to the ground. Left toes are facing forward. We're coming into a warrior one. So once you're in warrior one, you can adjust your distance between your feet, and that'll help a lot. So maybe you would like to step back a little bit more with your right foot. Maybe the internal rotation of the leg isn't as functional if it's too close. Left knee over top of the ankle. And remember that you can't strengthen the kneecap, right? But you can strengthen all the muscles around the knee. You can strengthen this part of your leg. And that's what this pose does. So you're stabilizing the left knee, meaning don't roll out, don't roll in, don't roll too far forward. Keep it right over your ankle. If you go too far forward here, you're not doing as much work for the strengthening of your leg. You're just too far forward. The arms are going to come up. Your warrior one pose starts here. We're going to pull the lower belly up and in, move the ribs in, roll the shoulders back. Just kind of hang out for a moment. This pose is going to turn into a balance, so I want you to feel strong in your body, strong in your lines. Bring the hands back. Interlace your fingers. Move the arms away. We did this earlier in class. If this is too much, you can always keep your hands on your hips. You can also use a modification of having your hands on blocks. We're going to exhale, forward over that left thigh, push through that left leg, and lift. Right toe face down. Hold on to it here, guys. Just breathe. Just breathe. One more. Awesome. Bend your left knee, step back, reach your arms up, warrior one. Great job. Go ahead and straighten your left leg. We're going to rotate this right in place. So, left foot faces towards the left shoulder, right foot faces the back of your mat. So you're probably not facing me anymore. Right hip is going to move back, left hip forward, right knee over the ankle. We did this once before. You know what's coming. Arms come up by your ears. Back leg is strong. Pressing down through the pinky toe side of that back, but just as much as you can without keeping yourself feeling like you're going to cramp there. Shoulders and chest are both facing the small side of the mat. You're relaxing your toes. Lower belly's pulling in, core's engaged. Arms come down behind your back. We're going to interlace, move the ribs in. Exhale, bring the body down over the right thigh. Push into that right thigh as you lift your left leg, toes pointing down. Hold here. Stay with it. Stay breathing. Stay strong. Last two. Last one. Step that left foot back. Come all the way up. Arms overhead. Turn both feet to face the same direction here. So both feet are facing the small side or the long side of your mat. And I'm going to turn so I'm not bending over in front of you. Take your legs wider apart. And then take a wide leg forward fold. Let your hips come up as your head comes down. See if you can line up your toes so they're in the same position, so they're lined up big toe to big toe. And then from here, let's walk those hands forward. Take a big stretch as you move your hips back. Awesome. And let's walk our way all the way over to that right foot or left foot, whatever foot's closest to the screen. Step back into your plank. Lower down. Lift your chest. Hold here for a breath or two. You can be up a little higher if you want to. And then from here, go ahead and come back into hands and knees. Great job, guys. All right, so same thing, same palm mixtures here. We're going to turn the left hand so the pinky finger rolls towards center and the fingertips point towards your left knee. We're just going to lean back, stretch out the back of that arm, stretch out the back of that wrist. We'll come back in. We'll do the same thing to the right. Right hand rotates out, lean back, stretch out the back of that arm, and back of that wrist. And then we're going to rotate that hand again. Take the top of your left hand, let it rest on the floor, lean back. And release. Right hand comes down, same thing. And release, nicely done. Go ahead and sit back into your child's pose. Reach your arms forward, let your head rest. We're going to walk our whole body to the left. Stretch as far to the left as you can, really reach that right arm. And then all the way over to the right, same thing, stretch to that left arm. And then all the way back into center again, big stretch. Perfect, and we're going to roll forward and come onto our elbows. So the forearms are going to rest on the floor, elbows are right over top of, or shoulders are right over top of elbows. We're just going to hang out here for a second, opening up the chest, rolling the shoulder blades back. This might be the happiest position you've been in today because you're not on your hands. So you can stay here, just kind of leaning forward a bit, giving yourself a stretch in the shoulders, seeing what's going on inside of your upper body. Or you can attempt to do a baby cobra. So baby cobra is closer to the floor, so it's not as scary as a full cobra, and it asks for a little bit less upper body strength. The only thing is that it does encourage a little bit more movement in the hips and torso. So baby cobra means you're going to tuck your toes and start to work your elbows in and start to rest them towards your armpits onto the upper arms. You might be a little bruised after this depending on how knobby your knees are. So to come into it, as you just saw me do, elbows come down on the ground, forearms onto the floor. I'm going to tuck my toes and scooch my knees so that they're really close to my arms. So I'm in a bit of a huddled in position here. And then I'm going to start to take my knees and place them behind my upper arms so that my head doesn't touch the floor. I'm engaging my core, rounding my spine, and holding it there. Okay, so if you've come in and out a couple times, we're going to do this next one. We're going to hold it for 3 breaths, just 3, okay? So elbows are down. We breathe. 1, 2, 3. Bring it right back down. Take a break. Maybe put your knees on the floor. Maybe rotate your wrists, just because it's more fun that way. Maybe wing out your arms. Little baby cobra wings. Good. One more time. Remember, the universe will catch you if and when you fall. And in this case, it's really not that far. So let's try it one more time, okay? A little baby cobra, one more time. It sounds cute, so it can't be that terrifying, right? Elbows on the ground, leaning in and hold it. Squeeze your core. 2 and 3. Take it all the way down and have a seat on the floor. So that was it. That was all the balance that I wanted to do today. Everything else is on the ground. We have found the earth. We have been caught. So go ahead and sit up nice and tall. And before we continue, move through your arms. Maybe 1 or 2 more times. So let your hands rest onto your knees. Start to do some cat-cow movements with your spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. I feel like if you're watching this, you've probably done a couple of my videos by now, so we're probably into the breath right here, right? We know that this is the inhale and this is the exhale. One more. You can sit on a blanket here if you want to. Absolutely. And let's bring our spine to a neutral position. We're going to take our right hand, place it onto our left knee, left hand behind us, and just give a little twist. So closed twist here. And then come back into center and switch sides, rotating, twisting, and breathing. And then coming back into center, let's do 1 or 2 more cat-cows or that cat-cow movement. Great job. Sit up nice and tall. Again, you can sit on a blanket. I think I'm going to take a little height here for my hips. And then we're going to extend out through our left leg. So the left leg comes out to the side and the right heel is a little closer towards the pelvis here. You can actually have the toes or the foot turned so that the bottom of the foot is facing down and the heel's facing up. For those of you who have like super flexibility and super yogi powers, we're going to use the left hand and we're going to slide that left hand down the left leg. And as we do that, we're going to flex the left foot and spread the toes so that we're active in the left leg, active in our active wear. And we're going to slide that left hand down, and wherever it goes is fine. It might not go very low. It might go on the floor. It might be wherever it goes. And then from here, we're going to use this right hand, and we're going to push the right thigh onto the floor. I'm actually externally rotating my right leg a little bit here, right into the right hip. I'm drawing my right thigh muscle back. So for those of you who gig on this type of stuff, go ahead and press that thigh muscle back. Find that space. Awesome. Hold here, lean a little bit, and then maybe you'd like to release that right leg and just stretch it up. Really reach to the ceiling. You can really reach through this left hand a little bit, maybe grab through the bottom of the foot. Maybe you're taking the elbow to the ground. Wherever you are is fine, right? You can be wherever you need to be. Just try and lean back a little bit. Really open up that side waist. Let's try and rotate here. So bring that right arm by the right ear and really, really reach. Maybe you're grabbing the foot and dropping down under. Maybe not. Maybe that's not you today. Maybe it is. Stretch it out though, wherever you are. One more breath. Awesome. Come all the way up. That's a nice stretch on that side, so let's do it on the other side. So we just switched legs. Your left heel is into your pelvis now, and your right leg is extended away from you. You have whatever going on with the leg that you feel comfortable with. And then you're going to go ahead and place that right hand down your right leg, down your right leg, wherever it goes. The left hand is going to do the same thing. It's going to just do a little push, externally rotating the thigh. So you're just pressing the thigh back a little bit or open. Think of moving it this way. So just kind of getting into that big muscle there. Looking for that rotation. Looking for that space. I really love this type of thing where you can kind of really notice what the body's doing, get into it the way you need to, give your body some extra loving while you're at it. I don't know about you, but massage therapists haven't been working, so a little sore. Last breath. Awesome. Go ahead and reach down a little further. Find it wherever you need to find it, right? Hand placement wherever it needs to be. Reach all the way up through your left arm. Get space here first. So right now we're just working on getting into the position that we want to be in. Whatever that looks like for you. As long as you're leaning back a bit, okay? Don't lean forward. Flex this foot. Awesome. Maybe you want to try reaching by the ear. looking for that space, reaching. You can do more reaching through this arm than you will just grabbing that foot. It seems counterintuitive, right? But it's true. If you keep reaching and lengthening and creating that space on the hip coming down, you're going to get a little more space in that side body, that side opening. So just breathe. Hold here for 2 breaths. Last one. Just breathe. And then come all the way up. Awesome. So now we have some space on each side of our body. Go ahead and open the legs wide, both legs this time. You can roll them out a little bit. Still sitting towards the edge of the mat or the edge of the blanket if those of you are using that. Flex and point. Rotate the ankles. Wiggle the toes. Very good. Okay, so then from here, we're going to take a forward fold from this position. And for most of us, we need a little bit of support for this because a wide leg forward fold can be really difficult when you're not standing. So you can have your blocks in front of you, and you can start to work your hands forward and just let them rest on the block. And just see what happens here. Maybe the body will start to lean into it a little bit more. You can take the blocks to different heights. You could even, for some of us, you can build the blocks and place your head onto a block. You pick how you want to pull this off, okay? Another option here, for those of you who like to get into that, that working of the thighs, I like to, again, do that nice little pressure back. So I'm rolling my thighs back a little bit, giving my pelvis more room to draw down. And then as you do this, you can start to flex the feet and grab the ankles, for those of you who feel comfortable doing so, and start to really reach the chest forward. I'm gonna cover that up. So really reach the chest forward here. Yeah. Or the top of the head forward. Or maybe stretch the arms forward. So you're just finding ways. If you start to feel like your muscles are shaking in the back, like you don't know what's going on, it feels like you're having like a little muscle catastrophe in the back here, just come out of it and slowly draw back in. That's all you can do. Wherever you go is fine. Maybe the body starts to come down to the floor today. Maybe today's not the body down to the floor day. Maybe the arms stay on the feet. Who knows? You're wherever you need to be today. We're going to take 3 more breaths. Just wherever we need to be, right? Blocks are friends, blocks are good. And then nice and slow, we're going to walk our way back up. Awesome. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to reach towards one leg individually. So hands come to each side of your left thigh. And we're just going to bring the body down over that left thigh. Wherever we go is fine, right? No judgment. No judgment. You can take your head down if you want to, but I don't want you to lift your buttock off the ground. So keep your butt nice and level. And then come all the way up. It's our last stretch of this nature. And then come to the other side. And then come all the way up. And let's lay down. Okay. Yeah. So we can use the blanket again under the head if you'd like to. If you're not one of those people who likes to lay down with their head on the blanket, that's okay too. Go ahead and lay down. Pull your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg onto the floor. And just hold here. Nice, slow, deep breaths in and out just for a moment. And then let's switch. Take that left leg in, right leg stays on the floor. And And then extend the left leg, reach both your arms overhead. Stretch through your fingertips and stretch through your toes. And then go ahead and bend both your knees. And open your knees out to the side, letting the soles of your feet rest together. For those of you who have blocks nearby and have tightness in your hips still, you can go ahead and grab your block and place that block under each thigh. And from that position, wherever your legs are, fine, but making sure that you're not feeling pain in your knees is important here. Go ahead and place your hands onto your belly. As you inhale, feel your belly expand. As you exhale, feel your belly fall. Postures that end up balancing, or throwing ourselves into the air, upside down, or just having one point of access to the floor. We can get our heartbeats up pretty fast. They can change our perspective. They can show us where imbalance is in our body. Where we have neglected spaces and where we have overtended some other spots. Take just a couple more breaths here, just letting the belly rise and fall under your hands. Noticing and studying your body and what's going on inside of it. And we'll come out nice and slow by placing the hands under the thighs and just gently pulling the knees back to center. You can move blocks out of the way if you just have them. And then once again, pull your right knee into your chest. Go ahead and slide that left leg away from you. And take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and bring yourself into a twist. Whatever variation of this twist works best for you. So if both knees being bent is better, please do that one. You can put a block under your knee if you'd like. Let's try it on the other side. So pulling that right knee back into center and then carrying that left knee in as well. Place that right foot on the floor, hold the knee in first. And then slide that right leg away from you, right hand to the outside of your left knee and twist. And then let's go ahead and extend both legs. Let the blocks come out to the sides. This is a shorter shavasana than our typical, so just about 2 minutes. We're going to lay down onto our backs. Let our feet turn out if that's comfortable for them. Let the legs spread, the arms spread, shoulders roll down and under us. And then once again, just finding our breath in our belly. Noticing that as we exhale, we can allow our body to soften and rest on the floor even more. You can allow weight to shift into the earth. And we can be held up by the ground. That we can attempt to be the best versions of ourselves, knowing that we will always be caught, always be surrounded, always be protected in one way or another. And then starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bringing those knees into your chest, rolling over to your right side. And pressing that left hand into the floor to sit up. Wherever you are is fine. Just have a seat. Doesn't matter which way you're facing. Give yourself a moment to just be soft and quiet. And then bring the hands together and bow. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and have a great beginning of your May. Namaste. If that does not serve you, then I just wish you well. Take care.